Throughout history, humans have shared tales of mythical creatures, often shrouded in mystery and wonder. Dragons, griffins, and kraken are just a few examples of these fantastical beings that have captured our imaginations for centuries. However, what if we told you that some of these mythical creatures were not entirely fictional? In this video, we will explore 10 mythical creatures that, in some way, had their origins in real animals, shedding light on the fascinating connection between fact and fantasy. Number 5. Moby Dick. Myth. Moby Dick, the infamous white whale, is known for being the relentless adversary of Captain Ahab in Herman Melville's novel. Reality. But did you know that the inspiration for Moby Dick actually came from a spine-tingling real-life event? Picture this. It's 1820 and Captain George Pollard Jr. is in charge of a whaling ship called the Essex. They are out there in the vast expanse of the ocean, chasing down whales for their precious oil like it's just another day at the office. Now, Captain Pollard had a string of bad luck. First, his previous ship had gone down, which already sounds like the plot of an old sailor's tale. But then, he gets another ship, the Two Brothers, and guess what? He crashes that one too, this time onto a coral reef. But here's where the real legend begins. The trouble with the Essex came in the form of an 85-foot albino sperm whale, a true leviathan of the deep. This whale, in all its enormous glory, did something that no one expected. It attacked. That's right, the whale actually went on the offensive. The whale slammed into the Essex with the force of a freight train hitting a paper airplane. The ship started taking on water, and the crew had no choice but to abandon ship. Captain Pollard wasn't even there when the attack happened, and imagine his shock when he returned to see his ship all but destroyed. The first mate, Owen Chase, mustered up a legendary line for the captain: "We have been stove by a whale." And with that, the stuff of maritime nightmares was born. The legend of Moby Dick, the great white whale, became synonymous with vengeance and obsession, thanks to a real-life encounter that was more incredible than any fiction. Talk about a fish story. Number 4. Griffins. Myth. Griffins are legendary creatures with the body of a lion and the head of an eagle, often depicted as fierce and majestic guardians of treasures. Reality. Hold on to your imagination hats, because the truth behind griffins is a wild journey through time. You see, these fantastical creatures that we have come to know and love as the guardians of treasures might just have their roots in some seriously ancient history. Imagine yourself as an ancient explorer, stumbling upon a bizarre set of fossils. These fossils belong to a creature known as Protoceratops, which in reality was a dinosaur. But here's where things get interesting. Protoceratids have this intriguing beak-like structure on its head, kind of like a parrot's beak, only bigger. Now, put yourself in the sandals of those early civilizations. They did not have paleontologists or museums to explain these fossils. Instead, they had their wild imaginations and storytelling prowess. So when they stumbled upon these strange-looking fossils with a lion-like body and a bird-like beak, what did they do? They let their imaginations run wild, and thus the myth of the griffin was born. These ancient folks might have thought, hey, this creature has the body of a lion, like the king of the jungle, and the head of an eagle, a symbol of majesty and strength. It must be a guardian of something precious. And just like that, the griffin became a legendary creature, protecting treasures in the minds of storytellers and artists for generations to come. So, the next time you see a griffin in a medieval manuscript or a fantasy novel, remember that it might just be the result of our ancestors' vivid imaginations, trying to make sense of some very peculiar prehistoric bone. Myth and reality, intertwined in a tale as old as time. Number 3. Komodo dragons. Myth. Dragons are mythical fire-breathing beasts found in numerous cultures' folklore. Reality. Hold on to your scales, because we are about to dive into the fascinating world of dragons, and it's not all myth and legend. While we have all heard tales of mighty dragons spewing fire and terrorizing kingdoms, there might be a grain of truth to these stories. Meet the Komodo dragon, native to the lush landscapes of Indonesia. Now, let's be clear, Komodo dragons are not exactly your classic fire-breathing dragons. They don't roast knights with scorching flames, but they do have their own brand of fearsome charm. These creatures are the largest lizards on Earth, and they are not to be trifled with. Imagine stumbling upon one of these creatures in the dense jungles of Indonesia. They can reach lengths of up to 10 feet, and they have sharp teeth and powerful jaws that can tear through flesh with ease. While they don't breathe fire, they do possess venomous glands in their mouths, which can cause paralysis and even death in their prey. Now think about how these ancient legends might have come to be. Ancient explorers or travelers could have ventured into the Indonesian wilderness, encountered a Komodo dragon, and lived to tell the tale. They might have recounted their experiences, embellishing the story over time until it grew into the legendary fire-breathing dragons we know today. Number 2. Giant squids. Myth. Krakens, enormous sea monsters with tentacles, were feared by sailors in tales of old. Reality. The kraken, that legendary creature of the deep, has haunted sailors' nightmares for centuries. But what if we told you that the kraken might not be entirely made up? It's time to dive into the depths of the ocean to uncover the truth. Picture this: you are a sailor navigating the treacherous waters of the North Atlantic, and suddenly, monstrous tentacles rise from the deep, threatening to drag your ship and crew into the abyss. That's the stuff of kraken legends, right? Well, not exactly. In reality, those colossal tentacles might have their origins in sightings of giant squids. These deep-sea dwellers are no less awe-inspiring. With lengths of up to 43 feet, they are the stuff of nightmares in their own right. Imagine encountering one of these enormous creatures while sailing in the dark, stormy waters. Sailors of old, with their tales of adventure and danger, might have witnessed giant squids in action. They could have seen those massive tentacles wrapping around prey and ships alike, and the legends of the kraken were born. It's not hard to see how these deep-sea encounters could have fueled the stories of monstrous sea creatures that terrorized sailors for generations. Number 1. Pterosaurs. Myth. Stories of flying dragons and winged serpents have persisted across various cultures. Reality. Prepare to take flight on a journey through myth and prehistory as we explore the astonishing connection between flying dragons and real-life winged creatures. While dragons may be the stuff of legends, there's a twist in this tale that's as fascinating as it is unexpected. Imagine you are in a time long before airplanes, looking up at the skies and seeing massive, winged creatures soaring above. These creatures were not dragons, but rather pterosaurs, ancient reptiles that lived alongside the dinosaurs. They were true marvels of evolution, with wingspans that could stretch up to a jaw, dropping 40 feet. Now, let's consider our ancestors. They witnessed these majestic pterosaurs in flight with their leathery wings and impressive sizes. To them, these prehistoric giants must have seemed like mythical beings, capable of taking to the skies in ways that defied explanation. It's not hard to see how these awe-inspiring encounters with pterosaurs might have inspired the creation of flying dragons in myths and legends. Ancient storytellers and artists, looking to explain the unexplainable, could have drawn upon their experiences with these winged wonders to craft tales of majestic, fire-breathing dragons that ruled the sky. The line between myth and reality can often blur, as these 10 examples demonstrate. While these mythical creatures may not have been exactly as described in ancient stories, their existence or fossils likely contributed to the rich tapestry of human folklore and imagination. It's a testament to our curiosity and creativity that we continue to be captivated by these creatures, whether real or mythical. And with that, we are done for today. Keep watching for more.